You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Mistresses After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Mistresses After Show.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody.
Decisions.
Decisions.
Are you wearing new glasses?
I'm not wearing new glasses.
Those are new
glasses.
frames.
They're not new frames.
Why do you look so different?
I got these 2 years ago. I mean,
damn, Jeff, would you? No, they're vintage.
They're vintage. So, The Mistresses, episode 5, Decisions. I'm Jeffrey Masters. Girls, introduce yourself.
Go ahead.
My name's Naz Perez. What's up, guys?
And I am Jessica Carroll. And I just gotta say, we saw a lot of inner bad girl on this episode.
Yeah.
Everybody has an inner bad girl.
Every girl, no, 100%. Every girl has a bad girl inside of them.
Oh, for sure.
No matter how good they are, and it either releases later in life, like it did for April, or it releases very early in life, like it did for Jocelyn.
But does every bad girl have a lesbian inside them?
But that could just be her bad girl.
Yeah, that's her bad girl,
to
just wanting to be
experience
exactly.
Her bad girl's name is Rosie O'Donnell. That's what you're saying.
She just wanted to experience.
Oh.
And she had one. I thought that was such a... Do you believe that Alex is not in love with her, though?
Alex is totally in love with
okay,
Jocelyn.
good.
Alex is totally in love with it.
All right, we're all singing from the same song sheet.
My girl crush is not into Alex that way. I can tell you that because I read Jocelyn.
Because
like
you
the
heard
same
Jocelyn are
page.
pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
So you've probably made out with the girl.
Although
once or twice.
Jocelyn said that.
She's not going to answer that.
Yeah, I'm not answering that. That's for me and only me to know. But
And the girl,
And Rosie
and
O'Donnell.
the girl and not Rosie.
Ellen.
But
Portia.
How many lesbians can we name? Okay, let's go. Special segment, go. Ellen, Portia, Rosie,
Oprah,
Gail.
I'm just kidding, Oprah.
Maria.
I love you. No, I'm
Oh my
totally
God,
kidding.
Maria. What if I actually said that? I'm kidding.
Always
I
do
thought
that.
they had a hilarious conversation saying, let's keep it fun. It was just fun. I don't really like you unless you like me. Were you? Oh, you were drunk? I can't remember either.
Here's a kiwi. Right?
strawberry. They were doing the strawberry. game.
yeah.
What happened during Jocelyn's conversation with Harry about Alex?
I don't know. She got like so pissy for no reason.
Yeah, and he was
That
like,
was
I know
very
you like
awkward.
the girls, and he like wasn't surprised or weirded out.
No, because I feel I wasn't surprised or weirded out either. Were you? I feel like that's something they've developed her character enough to expect that from her. I feel.
But for
She
Harry,
just
though,
likes the sexy type.
but
Yeah, she
Harry's
just
known
loves
her for
sex.
so long as a person.
Exactly, and she has sex with a different guy every night. So
Yeah.
what's the difference with having sex with a girl? She doesn't
don't
have any
think-
friends.
I don't think that he was necessarily surprised or anything.
Exactly.
I honestly think he was saying, don't sleep with your friends. Like, if you actually want to be a good friend to at least one person
Yeah.
in your life, don't sleep with her.
I agree. I just think that if you know somebody for so long and you only know them in one certain way, being
Actually,
a womanized,
you're right.
yeah,
You know, like he could have been a little bit more like, okay, well, like give me the deets, or like this
Yeah.
is kind of weird. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I
Thank
do,
you.
but I think he was just trying to be.
But I think maybe they wanted to show that he was so not surprised because that's how crazy she is.
yeah.
maybe.
And
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's play What If now.
Okay, what if? No, I'm kidding.
This is like the delusional AfterBuzz show. Like nw of us are here 100%
No, it is
ever.
so late.
no, well, it is late.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a great episode. We'll see you next week. You can find me on Twitter at JeffMasters1, ladies.
What if we actually did that?
No.
All right, AfterBuzz TV.
Steven's
AfterBuzz
like,
TV.
I'm so ready.
My favorite moment of the show might have been the steamy Titanic sex scene in the shower. With
Oh,
like
with the arm.
the arm.
Do you think that she went downtown?
Ooh, Jeff got a
No,
little
it's
excited.
AFTERBUZZ after hours. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, there's no kids up at this
Do
hour
you think?
listening
Yes
to
or
this.
no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I say yeah too. Okay.
Homegirl in downtown. Let's wrap it up. Jocelyn, we're out of here. We're done. Okay.
Wait, did I want to say anything else about Jocelyn?
Okay, you got 3 seconds. Oh, just kidding. Too late.
Well, actually, I did. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go. No, you go.
When she met with Sally and Sally kind of like ringed her out, I thought that was interesting.
Who was Sally?
The other half of Alex.
Oh, her ex. Their apartment.
God.
Oh.
Their apartment had a. This is such a weird comment. I'm sorry.
Stop being Jonathan Adler for 2 seconds and commenting on the interior designing of the show.
I like their
makeup.
apartment. I'm just saying that their apartment was like so pristinely clean. I was like, I don't believe that people live here.
What?
Some of their apartments, like, it need to be a little more lived in.
What
a
do
little
you
more,
mean? I have like a pristinely clean place.
But
So do
they're
I.
like,
Yeah.
but,
You're a guy.
and I have a very clean apartment, but it just doesn't look comfortable. It doesn't look. It looks like too brand new in style.
It looks like one of those houses that you go like
show room.
A show house.
Show house?
Yeah.
I just moved into an apartment,
model home.
and if you walked in, you would probably think my place is a show home. Not because it's like I don't own a lot like expensive things.
It's just everything's super tidy.
Everything goes and it's tidy, and maybe that's how they are.
Jeff's like,
I would like to
yes.
see that. Okay, but every girl's house is that way. And yes, Jessica, speaking of their makeup, everybody, their makeup is, I hate looking at actors on TV and being like, especially men, being like, oh, they're wearing so much makeup.
Harry, you could tell because his lines.
Bronzer.
It's like put some Bare Minerals on that instead of that MAC foundation.
I don't. You guys can say
Too much.
whatever you want about Harry, but he is Mr. Dreamy in
Oh,
my
he is.
eyes.
He's
There's
gorgeous.
no
Even
flaw.
Jocelyn's like boy
gorgeous.
toy had like a ton of bronzer
Oh,
makeup
okay.
on.
Speaking of that, I really want to say that I loved the beginning scene of this episode because it was sex. You know, the first episode of Mistresses, there was tons of sex. It was super hot, super sexy.
And we haven't seen it in a
We
while,
haven't
but it came
seen.
back.
But it
this
came back
episode.
with my girl Joss. Love you. And even though we did see her extension as she was laying on top of him, which just really bugged me.
Come on.
That
gotta
was
hide
a
that. You
hot
gotta tease.
scene, and I just want to still see more of that.
This show should have been on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sexy time.
I should have zoomed in
Actually-
on April, but we'll talk
I don't
about
own
that later.
HBO, so not HBO.
I don't
but-
either.
Me neither, but the shows are so much better on there.
So, Savvi whipped out at the very end of the episode her dick. Just kidding. She whipped.
She whipped it out.
It was huge.
Just like the same size as the cucumber that Jocelyn held up as she was
Oh my
talking
God,
to
that was
Harry.
massive.
That was
That was
big.
a massive cucumber.
Where'd they find that? What farmer's market was that?
I don't know.
But he had,
I
like,
want to
the-
make some
He
cucumber
had a
water
full
with that thing.
island
I know.
full of.
How
He was
perfect
being
is
so
he?
nice to Savvi.
He is so perfect.
He is so perfect.
And so not real, you guys. Stop wetting your pants. Come on.
They like
Back to
amped up his
reality.
like charm this episode, being like, let's make him really likable so that when they break his heart, we'll care.
I'm not gonna lie. When he gets like teary eyed, his it gets like red and poofy under here, and then I don't know. Have you
I
guys
couldn't
noticed
see that
on
underneath the
Harry?
makeup.
No,
I was just distracted
really
by
great
his blue
concealer.
eyes, his ocean
no,
eyes.
but like they get like red, and he gets like. You guys didn't see when she like broke it to him. His eyes.
No,
get,
because
like,
then they
red.
cut and the episode was over. That's a
Yeah.
cop out.
No, that was good.
No, clearly they're going
But
to
it-
tell about the mistressing. What?
But it makes you just like hang on to next.
Exactly.
episode.
That's what it's supposed to do, Jeff. Come on. You're so like you hate it when they do the right thing. You hate it when they do the wrong thing. We gotta be
All
on their
I'm
side.
saying
one
is that we
day.
clearly know she's going to confess that she's a mistress on the show, The Mistresses, and
May she be the first one to confess. It's like it's about time. It's fucking episode 5. Oh, sorry. Oops.
bleep.
I said the bad word.
Oh.
I'm over it. It's
I'll
fine.
wash my mouth out with
Beep.
soap.
Okay. I thought she was lying when she said I was bleeding.
You guys thought she
I
was
thought
lying.
she was
But do you
too.
remember how I asked you twice? Because I was like, you guys, wait, was she lying? Because I didn't think she was.
And both times I still thought she was lying.
And
I didn't.
actually, I felt bad. I was like, why would you lie to him? You already have enough.
No, to me, I was like, she's bleeding because she had that panic face on, like, oh crap.
I
I thought it was like, oh, I can use period blood, I know it grosses a lot of people out, but I can use that almost as an excuse.
Yeah,
to
but then
give
don't
me
you
more
think she would have been
time.
more calm and she would have been like, all right, sat around, like counted to 5 and then went out and did it? But she was legit like,
I thought she was going to
and
confess
so
at that
that's
point.
why I was like, all right, she actually is bleeding. Like, that's why I thought that. You know?
Man.
I thought she was gonna go in there, pour water over it,
Yeah.
show that it was, you know,
Yeah, stick it in the
negative.
toilet.
Yeah, ew. And then, so at least it would give her more time.
So she could delay it until she finds out the paternity.
Yes.
Totally.
But I mean, the fact that she actually was bleeding, I was actually happy to find out that it wasn't a lie, because I don't want her to lie to Harry more than she already has.
Yeah, that's true. Like, dig a deeper hole for herself.
And I'm happy that she
Yeah.
still has the baby.
And she still has a baby, and I know, but I really hope it's not Dominic's.
Oh, man,
but I
who's
think it
the
is.
dad?
And they're hooking up again. Like, are you effing kidding me?
Was that in the preview?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think
Make it stop.
I know.
Make it stop.
Also in the preview,
I can't do this. I'm sorry.
I can't. We're so delicious.
Sorry. In the preview? What?
do you think that Harry would ever cheat on Savvi?
Well,
After
kind
he's been
of.
cheated on, yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I think he's cheated on her before.
See, part of me thinks that Harry wouldn't do that, but maybe that's because he's just my dream man.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But I don't think he would. I think that even when Savvi comes clean,
But didn't we kind of see that he did?
No.
In the
no,
previews, the
they were like,
hostess.
I think that he might flirt. You know, maybe like.
But she
have
said something that kind of insinuated, didn't she?
I don't remember, but part of me just thinks that he would
Oh,
not cheat.
Jess, the world isn't rainbows.
Sometimes when someone like when people
Fine,
hurt
I'll
you
flip my
that
own.
badly though, like you want to get back at them, and that's the best way to.
Not necessarily. Okay, let's say I'm on your side and Harry didn't and would never do that. Then it's the hostess, completely her going after Harry, and now he's like vulnerable because Savvy's cheated on him, and so now it's like a little bit more okay to think about. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
someone goes after you, you're like, well, they cheated on me, and like you're sad and you're mad at them, and you might just do something wrong because you're not thinking straight.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, but I'm still saying no.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait till next
Okay.
week to find out.
I thought this episode did a really good job of like throwing in the like enormous amount of stress that Savannah's under, like through
Yeah.
everything, but also then dealing with like a child on her own. And it's like it's such a
Yeah, and they
partner
said she
activity.
needs to chill out with that because it can affect the baby, which would be
Yeah.
crazy. I thought it was interesting that when it first started, when Harry kissed her, that he said she had metallic breath. I
I never knew
I
that.
didn't know that you get metallic breath. That's weird. Why? Why, Jeff? Why?
Okay, so
Ask
biologically,
Jeeves.
when
Jeff.
you
Bring up.
I've never heard the breath thing. I've heard that sometimes like expectant mothers are like repulsed by the smell of the father.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a BO. I've heard that as well, but you're like a metallic breath. What does that mean? You've been eating too much tuna? Like there's
I was
mercury in there?
And
I don't
how
get it.
Harry picked it up that fast.
That was weird.
Well, if you're with someone for a really long time and you kiss them all the time, you're gonna notice
Yeah.
if something's different.
I can't imagine that would pop up after 2 weeks though. That's
I
so
know,
fast.
that's, yeah.
Has it only been? She's only 2 weeks along.
Only 2 episodes.
You guys, it doesn't mean she's only 2 weeks along.
You
She
never
is
know.
peeing like 19 times a day and waking Harry up in the middle of the night because she has to pee so many times.
Yeah, I don't know like when these things start kicking in
Yeah.
Jeff, why don't you know these things?
because been so long since I've had my child.
Okay.
I was really happy that Savannah had her. It was brief, but had her talk with Dominic, being like, "This is ruining my entire life."
Yeah, because it is, and
That was a
I
really
would
good
be
line
jealous of a guy. It's true that they can just walk around, doing whatever they want.
I know. And then what?
Like, you guys are
Dominic's-
so useless. But I also
don't
hated
have to
that she was
carry-
wearing that brooch pin. I was not into it. Savvy's outfits are
hair
just.
Oh,
bangs.
her
Nah.
hairpins.
What are you doing?
I know. I thought her conversation with Dominic was her being like very honest for the first time with him.
Except they hook up again next episode.
Except
so.
he's maybe a baby daddy. But when he was like, "I have no regrets," and I was like, "Okay, don't tell her that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don't ruin a marriage."
I know. It's like, oof.
it's hard.
I know. It's just
hard.
like almost like she's a.
I wonder where we're
mistress.
gonna find out next episode.
about the paternity.
Yeah, I can't.
I feel like they're gonna like pull that as long as they can.
Yeah, they are.
I just want to know.
It'll be like the finale, I bet. That it pops out and we're just gonna want to be like, is it black or white? You know?
They're gonna know. Do you think if she cheated on Harry with a white guy, she would have just like been like, okay, sure, I promise.
Yeah, why not?
Like pass it off as his own child.
Yeah, why not?
I would have. Would have made life easier.
Oh,
We're awful
that
people.
poor child.
No, that's so bad.
Like, what happens when the child grows up and then later finds out that your fatherly figure is not your own father?
Yeah.
Duh.
It happens every day. I'm just kidding. Jess is like,
We're doing really
the
well
world.
today.
Maybe I just live in like
No, you're just like
A chihuahua?
a chihuahua, an imaginary world. Where did you get chihuahua?
I live in a chihuahua.
Wake up.
I can't. Don't make me.
Okay,
Maybe,
you guys. So
Speaking of
maybe it's
carrot.
just because I'm such a daddy's girl that not saying that if I found out, I don't know, like how would you feel if you found out that
oh my God, I would die.
like
I
my
would die.
dad is my everything?
I look
Same.
like mine, so I don't know.
And my dad and I are identical.
He's beautiful then.
All right, let's bring it back to Mistresses.
Okay, and speaking of beautiful fathers, Serial Buddies: The Adventures of is out on iTunes. It's out on serialbuddies.com. It's out on
iTunes.
the web.
Yes.
Like you said.
And you
Winter
guys,
web.
I promise you, you all out there will love it. I think of it
Yes.
as Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, that's great.
I know.
That is a good one.
I gotta tweet that. Hold on.
It's so
funny.
funny.
That is a really good analogy. Dexter
know.
meets Dumber and Dumber.
And who doesn't love Dumb and Dumber? Or
Dexter. Yeah, Dexter's
I love
a great
Dumb and
show.
Dumber.
So just put them two together.
Working with them every week.
Huh?
And other shows. So the point of
Can I throw this pen at you?
JK,
Or we
LOL,
could do
LOL.
to him what they do to you know who in Serial Buddies, but I don't want to give
They
it away.
kill everybody. They
You
call
just gave it
all
away.
6 billion people on this planet.
You better
except
watch
for
out.
Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro, who created it, produced it, made it happen. They also created this thing that I love called AFTERBUZZ TV. It gives you the best in current up-to-date
Mistresses,
recaps,
sex.
Mistresses, fan fun, contests,
Entertainment, current
entertainment,
events.
naked pics. And we
it
do
lets-
this all for free.
Yes, and it lets you talk and
for
ramble.
free.
And call us bad things.
Whoever's listening probably thinks we're like on LSD or something.
I am. It was lace. I didn't mean to.
I
It was
promise
an accident.
you, it's water in here. It's water.
I'm going to give this water a pee test. I don't know what that means.
All right, you guys. All right.
Hey.
So, speaking of pee tests, there was also Karen.
You can't say speaking of beautiful father Serial Buddies and speaking of pizzas, Karen. It doesn't make sense.
Karen, she did her
Oh, right.
taekwondo.
Karen, another stereotypical
Working through
character.
our special skills section.
Yes.
So Karen, okay, I have a question. I don't know if you'll be able to answer it, but I'd like to still throw it out into the world.
Okay.
Shoot.
Throw it at me.
Okay, so there's this giant criminal investigation happening for the life insurance. I want to know, does that actually happen for life insurance? Do they go into this much detail and whatnot?
Well, no, because remember Karen the whole time, the whole episode is playing it down. She's like, doesn't mean it's going to go to court, you know? It's just for
Right.
life insurance. And then they're like, yeah, but the cops can come. And she's like, for life insurance?
I just feel like they would be like, it might smell a tad bit fishy compared to like Savi's breath, but let's let it go.
Good
Give them the
one.
check. Cut it.
I don't know.
I just think that Karen's entire situation on this show is too fake.
Contrived.
It's too fake. Like,
Yeah, like she deleted his whole file. Yeah, she's going to be a keynote speaker with Hillary Clinton, your favorite girl, by the way. And she's like an
What if she
amazing
guessed it
medical.
on the show.
Oh, yeah, we should get Hillary on
wait,
here.
you guys, this was like the first episode Sam was didn't show up.
Thank the Lord. I want to throw a question out there. So,
Shoot.
let's say Karen's situation was real, right? And you're Thomas's. Okay, Thomas's wife posed the question to Karen. You know, like, lie for me. We need this. What do you guys think about that? Like, would you do that if you were in, like, the wife situation?
Would you ask the doctor to lie?
Yeah.
And not take the check.
And like, how do you feel about that? Yeah, and not take the check, one. And two, I kind of almost thought for a while that she was just going to screw Karen over. Because remember, Karen was like calling her and she like didn't pick up.
I think she secretly knows that, I mean, it's not a secret. She said it. I think she knows we're in this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just get rid of the situation whatever way you need to. You already lied. You already broke some laws. Break one more and make it disappear.
By having
yeah,
Karen.
but it can like come back in your face like so bad.
And Karen could,
Ew, that sounded so gross.
and Karen could lose her entire
Medical license.
medical license.
She won't be able to meet Hillary then.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's hard.
So if perchance in a world where this goes to court and the wife, Mama Gray, is being tried, would Karen have like any like legality?
What are you asking?
Yeah.
Would Karen be like a
trouble?
partner in crime?
Like would she
For
have lied?
prescribing the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for like selling her the gun that shot
I think
him?
they would definitely find her at fault. You know, whoever was like prosecuting Thomas's wife would also try and like find that person at fault too. They want to get money from everyone they can.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would be the person physically putting the pills in his mouth. But it would
Yeah.
also be a little bit part of Karen, too, because she was the one who prescribed them.
Yeah. I just wonder who they would go after, or would it be both?
I think it'd be both.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But-
Why don't they just say that he committed suicide?
Because she already told Mr. Newsom, who I'm
That
glad
he
he's
was not
coming back,
suicidal.
because it's like interesting to have him. Yeah, remember when he first came to visit her, and we're like, ooh, she's like, he wasn't suicidal. Like, you don't need my notes. And now she's making up notes saying that he's suicidal.
Why doesn't she just say, I only said that because I was confidentiality?
She can. She
Okay.
probably will.
Yeah, she could do that.
Why don't they
Well,
ask
she
our
wrote
advice?
it in this episode. Do you guys think she's actually going to go through with it?
But
It
do you
doesn't mean
think
that
that-
she's going to go through with it just because she wrote it on her computer.
But do you also think that she will type up these notes because she doesn't have, she got rid of all of the other.
Handwritten notes.
No, it was a file that she deleted on her computer.
I thought she was also shredding
I
papers.
thought she was shredding.
Yeah, but you guys don't remember? She like literally took a file with his name and moved it in the trash bin.
Oh.
And she did that as well.
Well, but don't you think that she'll kind of bring back some notes?
Well, she better because
Because
that's so
that's going to
stupid.
be so
yeah.
sketchy.
Just undelete. Hire a tech guy. He can do it.
Command Z.
Just open up that little trash bin and bring it back up.
What
Okay.
would we do without the undo edit button?
Yo, Steven, if you delete something in your computer,
Steven, wake up.
Yeah, I'm here. What up?
okay, so everybody, this is the ways of God. If you delete something on your computer and then empty the trash, you can recover that, right?
Yeah, but not with common knowledge. You have to be.
Now with a Mac, you can put your PC in recovery mode and set it back to a date. For example, you can tell your PC to be the same PC it was last Tuesday at 2:00.
Does that
Oh,
work
yeah,
for
but
Macs?
But then that means
Yeah.
I don't think that works for Mac.
Yeah, it's called,
Recovery mode, probably.
yeah, you know when you can like go back?
Back to the Future, yeah.
Yeah.
Mistresses. So Karen.
So Karen,
I tweeted, I'm going to see if she responded.
no way.
I know. I tweeted Ask Mistresses about where April's cafe is because
It is so cute.
we
It's so
want to
cute.
go visit. That is
Can
like
we
the
talk about
cutest
April?
place. Yeah, let's talk.
That is clearly not real.
No, it has to be
What are we talking about?
her place. You think it's like a
cafe.
soundstage?
Oh, the cafe shop thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
With a
that's-
bed?
I think it's a
But there's
on
conveniently
set.
a bed right there.
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
well,
it could totally be on set.
I
Whatever.
wish it was real.
Well, we'll find out. It could be.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was like 100% set.
Well, I love about April's situation when Lucy tells her mom, "No offense, mom, but you're kind of a goody two shoes."
That was cute.
I thought that was cute, but it was also a huge wake up call for April.
Yeah.
Because she was like, you know what? She tells Quirky Guy. I call him Quirky Guy. What's his name?
Brandon,
I call him Quirky Guy.
Sam.
No, what's his name? Anyways.
So she literally goes to him and tells him that she's like envious of her daughter. Because her
That was
daughter
sweet.
yeah.
Did something rebellious.
Exactly. And her daughter was like, it's the best moment of my life. And so I think that kind of inspired her
to do a naughty thing
to have sex with Quirky Guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
in her shop.
I agree.
That-
I have nothing to add.
I
Well, you're a
did-
great panelist.
But once again, when you were kids, did you guys never ditch school or?
No.
I always.
I would. I mean, one time I left school because I wanted to go feed my like neighbor's rabbit.
Where's this going?
Okay.
I'm saying that she left school because she wanted to get a book signed, right?
Yeah.
By Selena Gomez.
Okay, that's
no
not
doubt.
that big
And
of a
she
deal.
said, "Love Selena."
Yeah, I was like, who's a lesbian now? The real question of the
would've
night
gone.
was, why did April want to punch the Pope in the face? Do you hear that line?
Maybe because they're Catholic and they got married and it meant nothing.
Oh. You know what?
That's what I thought.
Means something?
What?
The news and gossip noise.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, y'all. What do you got for me?
For news and gossip?
Well, you're the one that sent us. Tell us about what you emailed us.
Oh, yeah.
magazine.
Okay, so gather around. Savannah, played by Alyssa Milano, famous from Charmed and Melrose Place and
And now
other
Mistresses.
credits on IMDb and Mistresses, was on the cover of a Maxim today.
Maxim.
Are you kidding me?
And she was looking hot.
She was.
Tell
Her
us
body.
what do you guys think about
great.
her outfit?
She was wearing plaid.
I hated the plaid.
Yeah, I was just like,
I
come
hated
on,
it.
girl.
It's like, come on.
Plaid
then
in
she
general,
was
or
No, plaids in general is okay. Like if you're going to work, you wake up, you're wearing it during the day on the cover of Maxim, not the place for plaid.
She was
Sorry,
wearing
Alyssa.
plaid and then these like big kind of huge boy shorts. And boy shorts, don't get me wrong, they're hot. But with a plaid shirt, I just think that
I guess it's that whole like the guy's like, you're wearing my clothes. It's
Yeah, the-
hot.
the
but
boy
it's like
t-shirt.
it's not hot anymore because girls wear plaid now,
Yeah.
like plaid guy shirts.
But don't get
So
me
it's just,
wrong.
like not sexy.
she still looked phenomenal.
No, she
and
did.
for 40?
You go,
to
Milano.
be on
you
the cover
go.
of Maxim. Is she 40? I think she's 40.
Yeah.
40 or 41. To be on the cover of Maxim, like, you better do it, girl.
Oh, and she's doing it.
And she
She did
also
it.
like child.
did it.
She's like one of those child stars. Didn't she start really early?
Was it Melrose Place?
Yeah, she started really early. That hasn't gone crazy. You know, she's still going. She's still acting. So good for her.
Absolutely.
Rounds of applause.
yeah.
What do you guys think about predictions for next Yonder week?
Prediction.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I think that Jocelyn's gonna realize that she's in love with Alex. Because think about it, she's never had like a consistent relationship, you know, like she's always one guy to another, like everyone's boring. But this is like a friend, and that's how like relationships start, and they, you know, actually hang out, and she just ditched a guy like for her. I don't know. I think she's gonna
Maybe,
she
like-
might not be in love, but she's definitely gonna fall for her for a little bit, I think.
I could kind of see that happening too.
That's my prediction.
It's like people with commitment issues, they already said we will not have commitment, and then they're going to be spending lots of time together and getting committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens all the time, huh?
It's a good strategy.
That's a good prediction. It is
I gotta
true.
do that.
My prediction is you should go next.
My prediction is that
Your laugh.
April finally gets a lawyer to solve this money issue. If you're going to write a check, write it through the lawyer company, and then you will only write one. If she writes one and gives it to her like hand to hand, the lady's going to come back, Miranda, every like 2 weeks for one.
You're so like practical.
I'm
Like, what kind of prediction is that?
Jewish.
I think
You are. You're like one of those people. You know who Jeff is? Jeff's one of those people that's like, you know that whole joke, like, if you were stranded on an island, what are 3 things you would bring? And I'd be like, guys, chocolate, money.
phone.
Yeah. You would be like, a guide how to get out, a boat to get back,
A cell phone.
Wi-Fi so I can
Wi-Fi.
contact the Coast Guard.
And
like
Instagram.
that's you, Jeff.
and Instagram.
And
Those are
Instagram
3
so I
great
can take
choices.
selfie. You were such a loser.
so you can take selfies.
Absolutely. I'm going to start a blog. Stranded on the Island.
Selfie number 1.
So you can find me at Stranded on the Island and Twitter.
Wait, Jess, did you do your prediction?
Yes.
My prediction is
Say
that
fast.
April's daughter is going to go. Don't make me snap my fingers in a Z formation.
That's a great prediction.
And also that Harry, it is Harry's baby.
Oh, praise Jesus. All right, where can we find you on Twitter, guys, or anywhere else?
Naz Perez, and on Instagram at Naz Perez.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JessXOXOCarroll, RRL.
Oh, my word. We'll see you next week, guys. Episode 6.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.